Welcome back to EBACE TV. I'm Allison Godlove. Joining us now in the studio is Mark Masluch. He is the Senior Director of Communications with Bombardier. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to see you. How's the week going so far? Just kicking it all off.
It's a busy week already. Every time EBACE opens on the Tuesday, we've already had the media day before, so it feels like we've been here for much longer than we have, but a lot of good energy, a lot of people coming through, which we're very happy to see, and a lot of people are excited about business aviation as an industry.
Yeah, one of the exciting things obviously is the aircraft static display. So talk to me a little bit about the aircraft you have here.
Well, it's a lot of firsts on static this year for Bombardier at EBACE. So we started with our Global 7500, which is now going to turn into the Global 8000. So we announced on Monday that that program is on track. But what makes the Global 8000 great is what makes the 7500 already great. So it is an aircraft that flies farther, faster, and longer than any aircraft on the market now, and we're just so happy to show customers the success of its entry into service over the last few years. We're approaching about 140 deliveries on that platform, and if you're looking at direct competitors, there's just no one with the size and the performance that that aircraft offers. So it's again another opportunity for people to come see it and start to get a feel for what the Global 8000 will be, which was announced right here at EBACE in 2022. The other aircraft that's generating a lot of interest is our Challenger 3500. So it's making its European debut at the show. It was launched and delivered for the first customer at NBAA in Orlando last year. So again, a lot of interest, and maybe the special gem, I'll call it, is the Certified Pre-Owned aircraft. Now this is a program that we launched about a year ago where Bombardier acquires a Challenger, Global, or Learjet aircraft and really does a quick upgrade of systems, interiors, and a few other components, and adds a 1-year warranty. So as a used aircraft, having that warranty is something that really has driven a lot of interest from the customers, because you really get peace of mind of what you're buying. You're buying a used aircraft from the OEM. The CPO aircraft, as we call it, Certified Pre-Owned, is the first time we're able to show the finished product to the world. So our Challenger 605 that went through the process is really making its world debut here at EBACE. Really everyone says it looks like a new plane, so it just has all of those things that you'd expect when walking into a brand new plane, and it's something that's in the pre-owned space. So that's actually created a special space for it on the market. So places like Aircraft Blue Book, VREF have started to recognize CPO as a distinct product offering, and we're just very happy to have Challengers, Globals, and now the CPO to offer customers depending on where they are in their purchasing cycle, what type of operators they are. It's really about having a lot of options for them.
Yeah, and why are all of these aircrafts so important to business aviation?
Business aviation is really about just helping people do their work, connecting people, connecting cities that otherwise aren't connectable by regular airlines. So these aircraft perform specific missions, whether it's really being able to fly halfway around the world, or for the Challenger 3500, being able to fly economically within Europe or the continental US in the most efficient way possible. And actually the Challenger 3500 has something we call the Eco app. So what the Eco app does is it gives pilots real-time data from the FMS, from the weather reports, as well as your planned route to give you the best optimized performance for your aircraft. So you're choosing how to fly to burn the least amount of fuel, all while getting to your destination as fast as you need to.
So let's stay on that topic, and we're talking about sustainability. It's going to be a very hot topic for years to come, but especially here at EBACE 2023. So talk to me about Bombardier and sustainability, and what's in the works or what's being done.
Well, there's actually multiple ways to approach sustainability. So we need to think about what we're doing now, how we're preparing for the next products, and then the long-term future of reaching net zero emissions as an industry in 2050. So the now is all about sustainable fuels. Sustainable fuels are ready, they're dropping, and at Bombardier we've made a pledge and have operationalized it to use SAF throughout all our flight operations. We've done this through a book and claim agreement, and by doing so, immediately starting this year, we've reduced our carbon footprint from flight operations by 25% just by saying and signing that we're going to use SAF 100% of the time on our internal flights. So it is a big benefit, like lowering your carbon emissions 25% immediately in perpetuity is a big deal for any company. So we're really encouraging as many people as possible to adopt that approach if they can't get SAF in their local airports. And that's short term. And SAF really is a great scalable solution because it works on all aircraft that are in service now. In terms of the future, we talked here at the show about our Ecojet research project, and what that is a reimagining of how to design an aircraft. So it's a platform that's based on a blended wing body business jet, so not the traditional tube and wing concept. It's really something that looks more like, you know, a military aircraft or a futuristic aircraft, but it's a practical solution that our engineers are working on today, and that has now scaled up to a larger version in testing. We've spent quite a few years in secret locations, testing a, say, a roughly 7-foot wingspan drone that has the shape of a blended wing body potential business jet. Those tests have now progressed us to a level of confidence where we're able to start what we call a sub 20% scale aircraft. So the sub 20% is a scale of what would be a larger business jet, so the size of a global aircraft that Bombardier builds, but really in the 17, 18 foot wingspan range. So this model is flown. It's giving us live data on how much emissions a blended wing body aircraft could give versus the traditional one. And we're confident at this stage that with the aerodynamic package and the future propulsion that are going to come online with SAF, this aircraft could reduce emissions by 50% versus what we're seeing now. So it's a very exciting technology that we're very actively invested in, and our engineers are doing great things with the project. We hope to update more next year, but for now we'll continue that top secret flying, but really that's the next step. It's about taking all of the pieces, putting them together, fuel, engines, aircraft, and getting to net zero in 2050. So it's going to take a village, but we're at Bombardier contributing to each pillar that'll help us get there.
Yeah, continuing down that path for sure. What's next for Bombardier?
Well, we've opened 4 new service centers around the world, or expanded them in the last year. We have a lot of technicians that we're recruiting across the world, pretty much in almost every time zone that you can think of around the globe. If you're a technician, we're looking for you. And the next step is starting to build our Abu Dhabi maintenance station. So we're just continuing to expand. We're continuing to really be much more present with heavy maintenance, with other capabilities in every region around the world. And of course, the Global 8000, look out, it's Mach 094.
Wow.
It's going to be the fastest business jet on the market, entering service in 2025.
Looking forward to that for sure.
As we are.
Thank you so much, Mark, for coming by and talking with us about all this. We appreciate it.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Great to see you.